Hey guys, this is Panji, and we just finished renovating the room, and I'll show you guys my collection. All right. So what we have here is my Star Wars section. From the left, you can see a statue. This is actually a statue of Darth Vader in a battle damaged state. This is Kotobukiya statue. I bought this because it's interesting to see Darth Vader on a heavily damaged state. We don't see that quite often. And it's a mixture actually of the new and the old. Even though he's in his Darth Vader suit, you can clearly see that it's Hayden Christensen, at least modeled after him. This is a statue from the Force Unleashed video game. Non-canon, but still a nice way to interpret Darth Vader without a mask. And in the middle, three Black Series figures. I have one for each generation. I have Darth Vader from the original trilogy, Darth Maul from the prequels, then the first version of Kylo Ren for the sequel. Even though I like the Sith over the Jedi in terms of style and charm characteristics, my favorite starfighters would be the X-wing from the original. It it's one of the most interesting designs I've ever seen for a StarCraft. But that's just me, right? As you can see here, this is the DC compartment. Uh, you can see here a fraction of the Justice League. Uh, I didn't collect DC figures before because they had a lot of problems. The articulations weren't that good. The uh, the figures weren't molded well. But ever since Todd McFarlane acquired the DC franchise and made his own action figures from them, he started making really good models. The first two that I bought simultaneously were Batman and Superman from Detective Comics 1000 and Action Comics 1000. And I really love how he made these action figures so well. And so I intended to collect all the members of the Justice League. We have here, yeah, the duo, Batman and Superman. I also bought Flash afterwards. This is the Rebirth version. And behind me is Wonder Woman. This is the 1984 version, but it was okay because she was wearing the Rebirth version of the suits anyway, and that's still kind of accurate to the comics. I chose these figures of Batman and Superman because they resemble their pre New 52 versions where the underwear was uh, inside out. Yeah, because the new ones had underwear on the right side in. So I preferred these models, and yeah, I'm gonna collect them. I pre-ordered as of now. Pre-ordered John Stewart Green Lantern to add behind Batman and the Flash once I get him. But McFarlane was leaking out info that maybe we could get a Hal Jordan, but this one is paired with the Dawnbreaker, which is the evil Batman Green Lantern version. The Dawnbreaker, I mean. So yeah, let's see if we can get Hal Jordan as well. Hopefully he'll release Aquaman and the Martian Manhunter, but I doubt that will happen. Okay, for this uh space, this is the Marvel section. So you can see here um different generations of the action figures I've collected. The Spider-Man here is actually the 2002 version of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man action figure, wherein I was amazed they started making very posable action figures, and I had to buy him, and I preserved him, and here he is. Behind him, at least from the very back, it's Cable and Moon Knight. Uh, I picked Cable because at that time, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was out. I really used Cable a lot, and I had to buy him. And Moon Knight was interesting. He was like the Marvel version of Batman, with being rich, coming only at night, with a butler and all, but with a magic added to it. The Cable and Moon Knight action figures that I have are the first generations of Marvel Legends released. In front of them were Wolverine and Iron Man. I think these are the second generation Marvel Legend action figures that came out. Then, of course, in the front was the aforementioned Spider-Man. And along with these materials were the accessories included with the box. Next, we have here are the Batman section. So, even though Superman is my favorite superhero, the Batman figures are really amazing when it comes to design and posing. So it's actually more appealing for Batman to be an action figure in some way. From the left is Batman from the Arkham games. Of the four Arkham games actually, Batman Arkham Origins is actually my favorite, and it's the least appealing to most players. But as compared to Batman Arkham City, this one is not this Gotham City in itself was not actually walled off, because in Arkham City the only the center portion was playable, because it's a prison facility, right? But for Origins, they really expanded Gotham City to its fullest, so I was able to explore it. And the origin story wasn't that bad. In terms of the costume, I actually preferred him in this um, plated armor version. This is like before he was able to incorporate the suit. I mean, the armor within the suit. This one is the platings are exposed, which is actually kind of stylish. So this is my favorite version of Batman in the Arkham games. Here, beside him is the SH figure arts of Batman and the Injustice. This is the alternate version where Superman was evil. The full suit of armor was appealing to me as well, so I just had to buy him, and here he is. This is actually the most expensive of the Batmen, because it's actually kind of feels like a bit of metal in it, and the wings are superposable. They're not, definitely not leather or cotton, but the plastic is movable, which is nice. Over here is the Batman animated series. When it first came out, I had to buy it for obvious reasons. Then here is the new 52 version of Batman, as designed by Greg Capullo. So I was able to buy his graphic novels. They're really nice. And this is the first time I actually saw Batman without his underwear on the outside, right? This is the what do you call this, politically correct way of putting in trousers. But again, I still prefer the one with the underwear on the outside. Okay, this is the Lego section of my collection. Over here you see a Jedi fighter with the Stormtrooper Jedi hybrid inside, right? And this is actually one of my latest Lego collections out there, because I've been collecting Lego since I was, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8, right? So there you go, in all its entirety, right? Okay, hold on a minute. Let me see if I can. Okay, see the astronaut, see the astronaut over there. That's my very first Lego back in the 90s. I kept it intact, and I'm proud to say that it's still there, still alive. The second one I had was sorry. The second one I had was this one, the Luke Skywalker and the two stormtroopers on their speeder bikes. Right. This is the one from Return of the Jedi, the Force Moon of Endor. It's quite rare now, but again, kept it intact. Latest version of a notable character that I had was Han Solo. in his mini Millennium Falcon, one of those micro sets. So yeah, right here, if you're familiar with the Bionicle series, when Lego was close to bankrupt, this series actually revived the whole company and was able to pull them out of the brink of extinction. Um, I have here the six original Toas. So the two from the back, the one with the silver armor, that's actually Tahu and Gali. Um, when I was collecting all six, these two actually ran out. I mean, the first generation of them. But it was actually a blessing in disguise because I can pair the two of them with the Toa of Light, which is also part of the second generation. So at least I have three of a kind. Then the original generation, I have four of them. This is Anua, Lewa, Kopaka, and Pohatu, right? So I have four of the first generation, two of the second generation, and the Toa of Light. So I was able to collect all six original Toas from the Bionicle series. Then I have here the latest ones. At least these are years ago, but these are the latest that I got. This is like a Toa Guardian, the gold one in the center. Then three ones I actually forgot who they are. I wasn't able to follow the Bionicle lore after after the first six, but I still had to collect them anyway. I like Bionicles back then. I forgot this insect kind of antagonist. Maybe you can comment what they were. I forgot what they were. I didn't do research prior to filming this. But yeah, the Bionicle. Okay, so what we have here are the Gundams. Uh, I put all the real grade models separately from all the others simply because they have the price set of a high grade, but a molding quality of a perfect grade with the function of master grade, which is nice for me because I really wanted for example the unicorn to be transformable from unicorn mode to destroy mode. Same with the banshee over here. Then we have the sorry, yeah, he was put so far in the back. I couldn't post him anywhere else. The Astray Red Frame, right? One of the only Gundams I really like from the Seed series. But my favorite Gundams are, of course, the Setsuna Seiei series of Double O Gundams, the Seven Sword System Gundams, right? Every one of them would each have seven swords, regardless of the model. Because Extra would have seven swords, Double O Riser would have seven swords, and Double O Quanta would also have seven swords. Uh, no exception, all of them have seven swords. Then, of course, I couldn't leave the Gundam out without their grunt suits. These are my three favorite grunt suits, actually. The one from the very back is the Gyaradoga. The one in the middle is the Garazula guard sight, but I switched the weapon over there into a custom Gatling gun. Then, of course, my favorite one would be this, the Jesta Cannon. So, Jesta Cannon is my favorite grunt suit of all time. It kind of looks like Armored Core, right? So, speaking of which, let's see if we can see it. There you go. Familiar? That's an Armored Core. My favorite one. That's Nine Ball from Masters of Arena, but this is the Nine Breaker version. Uh, Relatively improved model over the Masters of Arena version with a different rifle and all. So yeah, that's my only Armored Core model in here. This is my special section. Um, there are two figures here, Black Series, both on still in the box. The one on the left from Knights of the Old Republic series, that's Darth Revan. I had to get him quick. Might be a quick sell. True enough, he's out of stock from where I am. And of course, given to me as a gift, The Mandalorian. This is the limited edition version. Baby Yoda or Grogu in this instance, uh, and The Mandalorian can be sold separately. The difference is that for The Mandalorian alone, we wouldn't have these. Um, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there are Beskar ores or Beskar bars there with a tracker. I don't think that's part of the separate Mandalorian full Beskar action figure. And the Baby Yoda here, if sold separately, is actually articulate. This one is does not articulate. It's a static model, right? But it's more um, in scale with the Mandalorian as compared to the one sold separately. That one's too big, so I prefer this together. All in all, so the two figures you see obstructing both the Black series. Um, well, I actually like these video games. I had to get the action figures for both of them. So we have here the Dovahkiin from the Skyrim video game. Um, it was actually sold with the what do you call this, the Daedric armor, but I still preferred to get Dovahkiin himself. Say what you will about Bethesda, Skyrim was really a game. I'm not sure if it was a fluke, but it was good. It was good. And ever since Diablo came out, specifically Diablo 2, I always wanted a Tyrael or Tyrael action figure, and I got one after so many years, after a decade. Um, this is there wasn't a Diablo action figure series in itself, so I got the NECA Heroes of the Storm version of Tyrael, and it's the only action figure of Tyrael I know. So I bought it. I had to display it. I was planning on buying all of the no, not all of them. I'm buying one of each um figure from Blizzard's games. If I have one here from Diablo, which is Tyrael, I was planning on also buying one from StarCraft and one from Warcraft. Unfortunately, they weren't able to release an action figure of Zeratul or Artanis, and they weren't also able to release the action figure of Arthur's mentor. I think Uther Lightbringer was his name. I really can't remember because they only released Arthas with the Frostmourne, not the normal human version, not when he was a paladin. So yeah, I wasn't able to buy any other figures from this line, and they abruptly canceled it, so I can't purchase anymore. So yeah, that's it. So next, what we have over here, as you can see, I haven't taken them out of the box. This is the Resident Evil action figures from the 10th anniversary edition. As of recording today, Resident Evil is actually celebrating its 25th anniversary. So these action figures are actually 15 years ago. There's Chris and Jill. On their left is a basic zombie with a zombie dog, and on the right we see Hunk. He wasn't in Resident Evil 1, but they added him as well from this line anyway. This is the original four action figures from the first line. And we have here Krauser from RE4. Um, when RE4 released, the action figures sold like pancakes. So the Leon, Ada figures, they were gone just like that. And what's left is actually Krauser. I had to buy him, and the reason why it's biohazard is because I still had this bought from Japan just to get one figure. These are just boxed and unboxed cars. I collect models from whenever I go to the gasoline station. So yeah, BMWs, Porsches, and some Lego cars, as well as Ferrari One. sorry, Formula One Ferrari over there. I was a fan of Michael Schumacher, so I had to buy them. And over here, as you can see, this is my Tamiya racing car. It's a Great Magnum R, but heavily modified with brakes, with rollers, weights, you name it. I haven't actually raced one of these. It's just fun to let one fly. I can't remember what engine I used. The one faster than the light dash. So yeah, just look over the internet if you want. So as you can see here, my other Gundams. I mostly collect high grades, 1 out of 144 scale. This one is custom painted Gundam of Super Fumina. The rest are basic models. Some have decals. This is the section for the Gundam build fighters. Well, this one's a Gundam build diver. I got two HGs from the 00 series. Couple of wing models. This is another Gundam 00. I custom painted it to look accurate in terms of anime, because some parts of the HG kit will not have color accurate parts because price wise. But yeah, I bought some paint, added in a little detail, some decals, and more guns. So yeah, uh, back over here, some sorry for the obstruction. These are Universal Century Gundams. That one over there is the Phoenix. The one on the right, the gold one. Then here's a Zeta 2. It's not a Gundam though, I think. We have two from Seed. Again, an HG version of the red Astray Red frame. And what's it called again? Sword Impulse? Yeah, I have to refresh my memory on that one. I only have one Iron Blooded Orphans Gundam. This is the Astaroth, but the Origins version, not the current one. This is the Astaroth before it was taken down and stripped off armor. So this is the original armor with the shotgun and the hammer. And over here, oh, I almost forgot the Stargazer Gundam for the Seed. I also have that one. This is the origins of the Zaku before it actually became a Zaku. It's a worker mobile unit. Some shoddily painted Gundams over here. Then of course we have the HG 1/100 heavy arms. But this isn't a master grade. It's just a heavy. Look how small the wing Gundams were. I mean, their HG 1/100 can match that of the high grade Phoenix Unicorn Gundam. So that's how small they were. These are just trinkets. So I just had them here. I displayed them. Some random Lego stuff. Yeah. Over here I have some graphic novels and artworks. So yeah, Lord of the Rings. I'll discuss some of the graphic novels later. Just that I kept the Superman Peace on Earth here, along with Alex Ross's artworks. So over here, I hope you are able to see. So I collect a lot of graphic novels, right? So when I was a kid, my favorite superhero was actually Spider-Man, and I liked Marvel over DC. But that was back then, right? Because the cartoons was out, the Fox versions, and Spider-Man 2002 came out, and I was really excited for Marvel every time another uh, media came about. But when I was in college, a friend of mine who already passed away, so God rest, um, presented me with two graphic novels when I visited his house. One was this one. Hold on a minute. This one, Kingdom Come, and the other one was Superman Peace on Earth. And after he lent it to me and I read them, both of them, Kingdom Come and Peace on Earth, ever since then until now, my favorite superhero became Superman, and this became my favorite graphic novel of all time. And from then on end, I abruptly shifted from Marvel to DC. DC is now my preferred uh, comic book content over Marvel. And then I collected his other works. I wasn't able to buy the other graphic novels like War on Crime, by Batman War on Crime. So I had to buy the compilation here, The World's Greatest Superheroes. Sorry for the out of focus. And I also bought the other graphic novels. These are the ones that are kind of helpful in creating the Dark Knight series. So we have here Dark Knight Returns, Year One, and yeah, Arkham Asylum, Man Who Laughs, Killing Joke, and you can see actually right there, right? Until Deceased is the zombie version of Marvel Zombies. DC version zombies, Marvel zombies. You get the point. So this is actually better than the Marvel zombies in that the superheroes are actually competent enough to resolve an even more infectious version of the zombie virus as compared to Marvel zombies. So, long story short, their response was better as compared to the utter failure that was Marvel zombies in terms of a superhero response. This is the only graphic novel I was not able to finish, Crisis on Infinite Earths. And yeah, uh, it's so confusing. It's meant to kill off a lot of unnecessary superheroes and then leave off the important ones. In that way, though, they got a saga that's so confusing. So yeah, after I read Kingdom Come and Superman Peace on Earth by Alex Ross, one was made by Paul Dini, that was Peace on Earth, and Mark Wade was with Kingdom Come. I started looking into other graphic novels made by Marvel and really compare which one's really better. And when I read um, the other Marvel graphic novels, I came to the observation that DC superheroes represent the hope or the potential of human beings to strive for a better better them, better selves, right? They're the example uh, which leads everyone down to the right up to the right path, whereas Marvel comic book characters reflect what would happen to society, to the normal person if he or she had superpowers. So it mainly consists of dysfunctional relationships, problems, political controversies. Because after I read Kingdom Come, I read one of Marvel's well-known graphic novels, which is Secret Wars. So this is during the 80s, I think. This is where a Superman got his black suit, his symbiote suit original. This is the original story for how he got his black suit. And this is actually one of the first times wherein Marvel gathered all the superheroes into one storyline. So the X-Men, the Avengers, the Fantastic Four are here, Spider-Man, and the others. And after reading Secret Wars, I was actually disappointed with Marvel superheroes because these are the most obnoxious and um, bigoted people in the world. The Avengers are extremely racist against mutants, and all the smart guys in Secret Wars, they have no respect for each other. They keep trying to challenge each other who's the smartest, like Reed Richards, Professor X, Bruce Banner. They're just really insecure people. And Spider-Man was so apathetic. He doesn't, he just follows orders. He doesn't give opinions or advices. He's just there, right? And man, Captain America was so racist against Mutants saying they're not human, they're subpar, they don't actually deserve to live. They suck. They all suck. The only true superhero here who demonstrated real power was Thor. The others were just pretentious, even to the point. So yeah, that disappointed me. While Kingdom Come, Peace on Earth, the first graphic novels I read that made me cry. I don't usually cry. They made me cry. And these are the figures that guard my graphic novels. On the left is the Kingdom Come version of Superman, and on the right is a Green Lantern version of Kingdom Come. The Green Lantern here is not Hal Jordan. Most of the Green Lanterns of Earth died. The one left is Alan Scott. He infused the power of the Green Lantern in his armor and was able to make his own moon, which circles around the Earth with orbits around, waiting for intergalactic invasion. So yeah, that's how powerful he is. And here some DVDs I collected back then: Dark Knight series, Avengers, Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee, um, some Harry Potter, Deathly Hallow DVDs, the making included, and the original CD, as in VCD of Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. Forget Spider-Man 3, but I bought these when they came out back in 2002 and 2004. So yeah, these were the original. I kept them, preserved them, and here they are. And here are my medical books over here, and some physical therapy books. So yeah, they're also stored there. I get them when I need them. Just to add, um, this is the compartment for my video games. My PS1, PS2 games are archived in another container, which I can't view right now. And so as well as PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 consoles, they're stored. The only non Sony console that I had was Wii, and other than that, yeah, PlayStation all the way. PSP, I didn't get the PS Vita. Not much games over there. So yeah, along with that is the PlayStation here. I am covering it up to prevent it from being overcome with dust. This is the limited edition PlayStation. Um, well, it's you can see with the controller what I mean, right? Uh, the button symbols here, they're not usually present on the standard PlayStation controller. So I got the limited edition one. Um, I also got this one because it had no games in it. The games available for the standard edition of the PlayStation 4, they weren't good. So I just had to buy this. So yeah, that's it. That's my collection post renovation, and I'll see you guys soon during gaming or during chatting, right? So yeah, thanks for watching. Panji signing out.